Icky sticky stuffed my mat. Update coming up on this Ukrainian KrAZ. Stay tuned. G'day everyone, welcome back to Matt Hill Scar Models. Yes, I icky sticky stuffed my mat on one side. I don't know how I spilt the glue, but I spilt it. It was a mess, and I usually keep the glue on one of those. How can you knock that over? Only I can do that sort of stuff. I can tell you that now, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, very disappointed. I have to get another mat, order another mat, Monique. I'll get onto that soon. I've still got this side, so this is going to be like a bit of an update so far. Before I start doing some painting, I've done a little bit more moving on. I found the part on the engine. I found this part while looking for another part. This little tiny piece on the side. I found that here whilst looking for another part, and yeah, there she is. So, and I found the other part that I was looking for as well. So the engine's done. It's really nice, as I said in the video before. I have been working on the chassis, and I worked out that I can actually I've got part of the cab there as well, just sitting there. I actually worked out that I can take the engine out of the chassis, carefully manipulating things to slide it out of its mounts, and that made a lot, things are going to be a lot easier instead of trying to bugger eyes around masking things up. The chassis, the kit so far itself is really nice. A little bit of clean up on the leaf spring packs on the rear and front. Something that you can sit down and watch your favourite YouTube channel in the background and just sing away, but it's a really highly detailed kit. The chassis part of it's really nice, and no fit issues whatsoever. It just falls apart. The tanks, as I said in the video before, made so it hides all the seam lines from the ends. Just a little bit of mould, a mould line and a couple of pieces, which comes off just with the swipe of a sanding stick. It's hardly anything there. I painted everything all up. I just went down and decanned a rattle can of some satin black, just some general purpose enamel. I sort of couldn't justify. It's going to take a lot of paint to get into all the nooks and crannies and everything, so I just thought I might as well use it for the big basing colours, just some cheaper enamel rattle can paint, which I decanned, or will decan, and run through my hardened stem back airbrush. Excuse the arm here. I've got a lot of the sub-assemblies sort of on the old toothpicks and stuff. Beautiful drum brakes. I just knocked that off. Great. The detail on these drums is absolutely beautiful, and I'm really now sort of looking forward to getting the painting stage done. Not much detail for the interior part, which I'll show a bit later. The rims themselves are absolutely beautifully moulded, and I worked out that I can put the tyre. Oh, I'm not prepared for this. Here I am. I'm back again. But once the rim is assembled, there's a front and rear half. The tyre will sit inside. That'll go on. It's quite flexible. The other bit, which is a bit challenging too, which is another sub-assembly that I've got ready for painting, is the spare wheel carrier and toolbox. It's going to take, and I won't do it now, this rim here, this just without the spider on it, and tyre is supposed to go into there. It's going to be a really tight fit and a little bit of squeezing and bits and pieces, but I think it will work out okay if I don't stuff it. This is just like a little model kit in itself, the spare wheel carrier. It's all the little sub-assembly parts are just like building another little kit. It's really fun, and the way they've engineered things like these the air tanks here, there's just no seam lines really around the joins where the ends go. There is a little bit of clean up, of course, where you join the sides together, but they fitted pretty well. We'll soon know when I put a coat of primer on it, if I've got any touch-ups to do. The cab itself is going together okay. I'm just dry assembling a few things on that. Got the seat in there. The way I'm thinking of painting it, looking at the instructions, the painting is a little bit vague. It's telling me to paint the doors and the bottom half, the door card itself actually here. I'll give you a pointy stick instead of using the old sausages. This is supposed to be like the satin black, and then we've got a light green colour it's calling out for the doors. And it's also telling me to paint the interior all flat black, which I don't think is quite right. I'm going to try doing it a little bit differently because I want to pose the doors open, which you can. I'm thinking of doing this metal base here for the passenger side seat in the light green colour. The rest of it I will do in the black. There is a padded section, soundproofing and padding in the back of the cab here. Move that out of the way. You can see that. You can see the, where am I on the camera? Jeez, I need one of Hibbo's beers. That have to be flat black, and then the inside there will be like a rubber, I'll use it to me, rubber tyres to make the black around the window. But I'm going to be using some of this MIG, and I'll show you what I did get to go from a BMP in this one. I got this Ukrainian ATO colours set. Benches covered and everything. God blimey. But the Ukrainian ATO colour by MIG, it's calling out for the Zacchini Zieloni, which is protective green, and it is the colour which I will be painting the truck. And so I'll be doing the doors, inside the doors and door jambs and everything in this colour, and accenting all the other rubber panels and bits and pieces in various shades of satin black, some tyre black and NATO black. I don't like using the flat colours because it's telling me flat black on the inside. I don't think that is that I've never seen anything flat black in a car. Really, it's always got some sort of sheen to it, or like a natural rubber sheen or something like that. Got all the injector pin marks filled underneath the bonnet. You can see the grey there from the Tamiya putty. It's quite a fair bit, but it sands out okay. I'm not sure whether I'll put some stippling effects in there to act like the bonnet insulation. I don't even know whether they have it. And that was the same also under the cab. There was two lots of injector pin marks here in these corners which I couldn't get to. I might have to do a bit of creative thinking and try to. It's just so what they look like anyway when it goes on the cab. This underneath here will be all flat black. The firewall will be flat black, satin black. And then there's some brake booster bits and pieces and some other little bits you've got to put in there as well. I was thinking about doing it the green colour and then painting the other pieces the flat black, but I think because the bottom of the vehicle continues on, I think they might just sprayed everything, satin black. But it's coming together well. No, touch wood, hang on. No fit issues with the cab yet. It's a little bit, the doors, they're not workable doors, but you can close them open. But I've got a funny feeling that everything should fit together as it should. I really have tried to keep everything the best I can. and I know it's not going to look good me trying to do it from here, like on the camera, but I just got a funny feeling that if I take my time and work on these parts, and if the doors don't look good closed, I'm just going to open them up. So, and show some of the detail inside. I'll add some water bits and pieces I've got laying around here. I've had for years, maps and books and bits and pieces. The dash is really nicely done. It does involve a decal sheet, which I'm a little bit worried about, that the decal sheet might not go over all these lumps and bumps for dials and everything. So I was going to have a bit of a look at it and see whether I can actually cut the dial faces and everything out separately. This is like a wood grainy sort of effect I think they're showing on there, but we'll see what it looks like when it's all put together. Thanks for watching, and I know I'm trying to keep these videos under 10 minutes and it just never happens. But stay tuned. I'll have the chassis and engine, everything put together, painted up, all the sub-assembled, and we'll see what it looks like from there. So yeah, thank you for everyone for watching, all your kind comments, and a little bit of effort you can give there, which is Eskimo for go home, your igloo's on fire. You can get a good result from an old model kit with a little bit of effort. Catch you later.